Hey everyone, good afternoon. I'm Laura and we are here for session 4 of our yoga practice for my Bay Path students. So this is Allie, if you want to say hello to her. She'll kind of come in and out of the picture, I think. But anyway, today's focus is going to be more on some deep stretching and flexibility. Listening. And I would recommend for today's practice, maybe instead of having your mat the long way facing me, have it this way, the wide way, because we're going to do a lot of side to side stuff. If you have a block available, maybe grab that as we go through this practice. Really pay attention to your internal intuition, your personal alignment. So we're not necessarily thinking about trying to get into the exact pose, but the pose that works for your body, what feels right to you. So again, form is important, but really notice what your bone structure and your body type allows. Okay, so just closing your eyes, taking a moment to become present. Maybe you rock a little bit, maybe you rock side to side on your hips, kind of getting those sit bones in contact with the floor. Maybe your knees are a little wider. Good, and we're just gonna breathe. Inhale, full breath, and then just an open mouth. Let's do that again, okay? Inhale, full breath. And exhale. Last one, inhale, full breath, and on the exhale, just releasing and letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Exhale. Gently walking your fingers forward. On the floor, breathing into the hips, breathing into the length of the back, the lats. Good. The knees are again a little bit wider maybe. Feel what's happening through the body as we go forward. And then walking the hands back towards you. Point your fingertips to the back of your mat and open your heart and your chest. Spread the clavicle, gazing up to the sky. Good. And then coming back to center. Notice which foot is in front. So I have my, well, if you're the same as me, this is your right foot, because we're a mirror image. And this would be your left. So if the right foot's in front, remember that. And we're just gonna open up and come forward. Walk the hands forward, lift the heart in the chest. Use the floor a little bit, and it's early, so you're gonna feel those muscles. Draw the toes in towards you and rock the pelvis forward, not staying here too long. Nice, smooth breaths. Soft bend in the knee. Make sure that you're not locking out. And depending on your bone structure, they may look a little more bent than somebody else. So just kind of notice what you're feeling. Feel those inner thighs and the hamstrings, and then we're going to come back to center. And now remember which leg you had in front. I had the right, so now we're going to put the left leg in front. And come forward, walking those hands forward, up on the fingertips, breathing into the lower back, breathing into the hips. Feel that nice external rotation. Whatever movement you did on the other side, same thing here. Go ahead, and then walk the hands back towards you. Point your fingertips to the back of your mat. Open your heart and your chest, squeezing the rhomboids and mid-trapezius in the upper back. Lifting the heart, maybe rotating your biceps out to the sides of the room. Make sure that we're not allowing the head to settle into the shoulders. You're lifting and lengthening and using the muscles in the neck. Good, and then come back to center. So now same thing, bringing the legs back out to the side, and we're coming forward. So we're thinking about a nice wide split. Lift the heart in the chest, rock the pelvis forward, draw those toes in towards you. Those of you with limited flexibility here, you can have your hands behind your hips and give yourself a nice push. Good, breathing. Again, not locking out the knees. Those of you with knee stuff going on, maybe you have a little towel rolled up or something underneath the knees. Good, walk the hands forward. Use the floor to kind of give yourself a bit of a pull here. Good, exhale and inhale, come on up. Take your right leg and cross it over your left. You might have to lift your butt cheek up a little bit here, your glutes. And you're gonna wrap your left arm around, sitting up as tall as you can, up on those fingertips, finding that nice length through the outer thigh. Once again, you guys know this is one of my favorite twists to do, mostly if you have lower back things going on. So breathe into the twist, gazing over the shoulder, crown of the head up to the sky. Awesome. And then we're gonna release. And then we're gonna unravel the legs and then switch to the other side. Wrapping the right arm around, breathing into the twist. Up on those fingertips. Feel that nice opening through, again, the piriformis, the glutes, the outer thigh. Nice twist. Exhale. Good, inhale back to center. One more time, unravel the legs, see if you can do it without touching the floor. And then we're gonna twist to the right one more time. Gazing over the shoulder. Twists are so great for detoxification, digestion. If you've been eating a lot of stuff that your body's not used to while we're in this self-quarantine situation, maybe twists are something that your body really needs right now. Good, come back to center. We're gonna unravel and switch to the other side. Wrapping your right arm around, gazing over the left shoulder. Good. Breathing into the twist, sit up as tall as you can. Now coming back to center, unravel those legs. Left leg forward, Janu. Draw the toes in, Janu Shirshasana. Toes come in, feel the length through the hamstrings and the calves. This is a good time to kind of loosen them up a little bit with your fingertips. So we have fascia in there, that internal fabric, an internal mortar that holds everything together in every centimeter of our body, every micromillimeter of our body. So just notice that if there's tension, it might not necessarily be the muscles, but it could be the fascia. So lift up, take a deep breath all the way up to the sky. Good, switching and a nice twist over to the right side. And then coming back to center, extend the other leg out. Folding Janu, draw the toes in. Nice full breaths, length through the spine, lifting the heart and the chest. If you massage the back of the leg, take the time to do that. Maybe the bottom of the foot, you choose. Good. Awesome. Lift the heart and the chest. Come on up to center. Inhale and twist way over to your left. Belly button into the spine. And then coming back to center. Okay. So let's just come up onto our hands and our knees here. Nice full breaths. Sideways. Belly button in the spine, just a couple cat-cows. Exhale and inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale as you round. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale as you round. Inhale, dropping the belly. Curl those toes under. We're going to push into our first down dog. Belly button into the spine. Walk those feet out, whatever feels good. Now just shift to upward facing dog, flip over the toes. If that bothers your back, you can always be a little lower here. So lifting up and lengthening, and then push back to down dog. Do that again. Up dog, and then down dog. One more time. Up dog, flip right over the toes, and then down dog. Good. Left leg up to the sky, pull it through to the front of your mat, drop your back knee down. So we're in a nice deep lunge here. The knee's right above the ankle. You're planting your right hand down onto the floor. We're going to reach the left arm up. Circle it around. Good. Reach back up to the sky. Energy. Think about those hips going forward. So if you're more like this right now, you see how my butt is above my knee? And the knee is above the ankle here. Shift that foot forward and let those hips press forward. So we're working into the hip flexors. Iliopsoas in the front of that right thigh. Good, maybe you have your hand on your thigh and we're twisting. Good. Come back to center, curl that back toe under. We're gonna lift the knee, lift the butt up into the air, and we'll pull it back through down dog. Walk those feet out. Shift to up dog. Look right over the toes. Exhale over the toes, down dog. Do that again. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So now your right leg comes up to the sky. Pull it through to the front of your mat. Drop the back knee down. So you see my knee is right above my ankle. And again, my butt is not above the back knee. It's forward. Good. Breathing into that. Again, the hip flexors, iliac psoas. Psoas major and minor, and the iliac muscles attach. The iliac muscle attaches inside the ilium, or your hip. And the psoas major and minor attach to L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 12th thoracic vertebrae. So sometimes that can be one of the culprits for back pain. So we're going to plant our left hand and reach the right arm up to the sky. Get a nice twist, really thinking about pushing those hips forward here. Circling the arm around, exhale, inhale, reach up to the sky, exhale. Do that again, inhale, reach up. Breathe into the twist. If you have your hand on the thigh on the other side, same thing here. Excuse my back. Breathing into the twist. Really feeling those hip flexors. Good. And then we're going to come back to center, curl the back toe under. Front foot's going to push back to down dog. Walk your feet out. Relax your head, release your neck. Really pushing as far away from the front of the mat as you can. Maybe shifting some of the weight into the feet so you take some of the pressure off of your wrists. Good. Breathe. Gaze to the front of your mat. We're going to walk, step, or float, half fold. Exhale, forward fold, bend those knees, and we're going to come all the way up, circling your arms around, and we're going to find mountain pose. Good. And you may want to step your left leg back, because you guys are at the front of your mat. Step your left leg back, and we're going to go into a nice grumpy belly button into the spine. Good. Circle those arms around. Hands to heart center, sink deep. Do that again. Circle those arms around. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Good. Lift your left heel. Good. Switch and lift your right heel. Working into the calves or gastrocnemius. One more time. Lifting the heel and release. Lifting the heel. Good. Now hands on your hips. Lift up. Point your toes towards the side of your mat. And we're just going to flat back fold here. Planting your hands to the floor. If you have blocks, you could always have blocks underneath your hands. Shift the weight into the big toe a little bit. Clasp your hands behind your back and push those knuckles up to the sky. Pressing them up. Nice full breaths. Good. Dropping the hands back down to the floor. Just feel what energy and where the energy is in your body right now. Bending the knees a little bit, extending them, whatever feels right. Push off on the floor, nice flat back. Plant your left hand, reach the right arm up. And again, if you have a block available to you, you could always have a block underneath that hand. This is crazy here. And then drop that hand down, fold, use the floor maybe to pull yourself through, and then push off on the floor again, planting the right hand, reaching up to the sky, twisting around the spine, energy through the arms. Good. And then drop that arm down. Now I'm going to have you pick up your left toes and point them to the left corner of your mat, and just lunge here. The knees and the toes need to aim in the same direction, really important. So as we pick up, we're going to switch. Pick up the heels or toes, probably the toes, and now the right toe is aiming towards that corner. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, center, and exhale. Opening up the adductors, the inner thighs. Inhale and exhale. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. So you see how I'm picking up the front of my foot, kind of like windshield wipers, pivoting on the heel so that we don't torque the knee. So you want to be mindful of the feet, the toes and knees aiming in the same direction. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Come back to center. One more fold.
Clasp the hands behind your back, but switch to bind. Whatever's automatic, put the other pinky in front and push the knuckles up to the sky. Lift the heart.
Feel what happens through the hamstrings. Nice full breaths. And then dropping those hands back down to the floor. Good. Push off. Hands to the hips. Walk yourself up nice and slow, supporting on the quads here. Good. Hands onto the glutes. Open the heart and the chest, a little bit of a back bend. Again, knees and toes. Be mindful of where they're aiming. Feel what's going on in the inner thighs and the hip flexors. And then come back to center. So one more time, we're going to lunge over to the left side. So the shoulders are away from the ears. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Good. Now come back to center. Pick up the heels or toes. Lunging in that direction. The hand can be on the thigh. And reach. This shoulder is away from the ear. Do that again. Come on up. Pick up the heels or toes. Reach. Lunge. Good. One more to the left side. Pointing the back toe kind of to more forward than backwards, and your hips are square. Think about pushing those femur bones into the hip sockets. The knees tracking front, second and third toe. Belly button into the spine. Reach the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Lifting the arches of the feet up, energizing them. Good. Circle the arms around. We're going to go to warrior 2. Belly button into the spine. Think about the alignment from the head, heart, and hips, and split that mat in two. Don't let that knee creep into the front of the mat. We're bringing it out, opening up the inner thighs, and your hips are coming towards me this time. Good. Reach and reverse. Breathe into the side body. Maybe you're thinking about what your neck's doing. Is your cheek kind of close to the bicep? This shoulder is away from the ear, but make sure you're not kind of squishing that neck down. Good. Push back to warrior 2. Good. And then we're going to come forward again. Pick up those heels or toes and lunge the other way for warrior 1. So we're rotating those hips towards the right side this time. Think about the femur bone, the big bone on the top of the leg, and push the hip sockets into, or push the femur bones into your hip sockets. And then reach those arms up for warrior 1. Belly button in the spine. Arches of the feet are lifting up. Power through that back edge of the foot, knees tracking second and third toe. Good, now push back to warrior 2. Belly button into the spine. Hips come towards me. Knees tracking second and third toe. Arches are lifting. Good. Head above the heart above the hips. Get a good reach and reverse. Breathe into the side body. Good. And then we're going to come back to warrior 2. Good. Pick up the heels or toes. Hands to the hips one more time. Flat back. And fold just like we did earlier, walking the hands to the floor. Good. Using the floor to kind of pull yourself through here. One more time, we're going to clasp the hands behind the back, push the knuckles up to the sky. See if this time you can keep the palms together. And lift the heart a little bit. Feel that nice opening through the pectorals, major, anterior deltoid. Good. Release the arms, planting your left hand, reach the right arm up to the sky. Nice, as much length as you can get from the crown of the head all the way to the tailbone. Folding again. Good. Clasp the hands, but switch the bind. So the weird way. So instead of what's automatic, switch it. Palms together if it's available, and then push up to the sky. Nice full breaths. Lift the heart a little bit. Good. Folding down, planting the right hand, and twist to the left. Energy through the fingers. And then we're going to come back to center. One more time, we're going to push off on the floor. Pick up the heels or toes, probably the toes, and lunge to the left side. You can stay parallel to the floor here. If you want to take it a step further, and again, the knees and toes are aiming in the same direction. If it's available, we're going to drop the hip down, only if your knees are okay with it, and then rotate these toes up to the sky. Be mindful of this knee. You can hang out here if it's available. This heel is down, and then we're maybe taking a bind here. So wrap your arms around, see if you can get the hands together and gaze to the right side of the room. You see, so my bicep is across my shin. Okay. Release, push up gently and over to the other side. Being mindful of the feet. Again, we're parallel to the floor. Those of you that have knee stuff going on, maybe you're just hanging out here, okay? If it's available to drop the hip down, rotate those toes up to the sky, take that right arm, wrap it around the shin. You might have a little forward lean here until you get those fingertips together, and then lift the heart, opening the heart, the chest. Gaze to the left side of the room. Intense, right? Good. Now releasing, and we're gonna slowly lift up. Come back to center and fold. Walk your hands up to your hip creases, and use your hands to kind of support that forward flexion as we come up. Hands under the glutes, open the heart and the chest. Good, and then we'll come back to center. Walk your feet together. Notice what you're feeling. Wiggle around a little bit. It's a balance. We're going to start with the upper body first. So we're going to take our left arm, weave it under the right, and then see if you can get the palms together. Push those fingertips up to the sky. Good. Feel that nice opening in the upper back. If your shoulders are really tight, if you lift heavy or you're finding that you have a lot of muscle mass there, you can always have your hands on your shoulders and lift the elbows up. Similar stretch. So get that bind with the hands. So now since the left arm is under the right, we're going to bring the left leg over the right and wiggle those toes around, belly button to the spine, lift the elbows up high. Gaze is settling on something. Now as you bring those fingertips a little higher up to the sky, feel what's happening in the upper back. Breathe. Awesome. And then we're going to unravel. Good. Walk your feet out. Maybe loosen your arms a little bit. And then we're going to go over to the other side. So this time, the right arm is going to go under the left. See if you can get those palms together. Lift the elbows up high. Good. And feel that nice stretch. There may be even a bit of a back bend happening here. Breathing into the shoulders, breathing into the upper back. So feel that first. And then if it's available and you want to take that right leg and wrap it around the left, bending the left knee, and then sinking deep. So as much as you're grounding down, settling the eyes on something, we're pushing those fingers up to the sky, opening. Nice full breaths. Good. And then we can unravel. Awesome, how was that? You might feel those shoulders a little bit. You're gonna feel that residual energy in there. So we're gonna get down to the floor again. So I'm gonna have you just take a nice deep breath. You can step, if you're not, to the front of your mat. Come to this short side. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Your hands can come to your mat. You can walk, step, or float to high plank. Low plank, elbows hug those ribs. Upward facing dog. Exhale over the toes. Down dog. Good. Bring the left leg up to the sky again. Pull it to the front of your mat, and then we're going to shift back for a hamstring stretch. So now your toes are coming in towards the shin. The butt is above the knee again. Pushing away from the floor. If you have your blocks, you can have blocks underneath your hands. I only brought one in. And use them kind of as support here. Good. Breathe into the back of the leg. It's almost as if you're dragging that heel back. Awesome. Rock forward and backwards a couple times, so whether you have your block or not. Inhale and exhale. Inhale deep and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And again, as we hold here, notice if you're rounding through the upper body that we slide the shoulder blades down the spine, lift the sternum, and feel how that affects the posterior chain from the bottom of the foot all the way up the back of the leg. Good. Awesome. And then if those of you who are practicing your Malasana, or your Hanumanasana, this is a good opportunity to slide forward into your split. You can have blocks under your hands if you want. Really be mindful of that stretch. You can always have a block underneath your hamstring, and then bring it up like this. You decide, okay? Hands back to the floor. When you're ready, you can slide out if that's where you were. And then we're gonna shift forward again, curl the back toe under, push back to down dog, walk your feet out. And then last time, we're gonna bring the right leg up to the sky and pull it through to the front, drop the back leg down, and go into that nice modification of Hanumanasana, which is our split. So good, breathe in here, nice flat back, and we're gonna go back and forth. And if you use the blocks on the other side, use them on this side as well. Inhale, come forward, and exhale and go back. Do that again, inhale as you come forward, and exhale as you go back. And you would have a block underneath each hand, unlike me. Inhale, and then exhale, good. Holding your hamstring stretched, lift the heart in the chest, slide the shoulder blades down, and just that little bit of movement, notice what you feel again through the posterior chain. Good. And if it was available to you and you want to slide into your split, you can try that. Good. If you want, again, block underneath the hamstring. And this is one of those poses that we talked about, listening to your body, staying at your own pace, knowing the depth of the pose for you, and knowing your personal alignment, listening to your internal intuition. Okay, so you decide. You might have one side that's a little tighter than the other, that's mine. And we're gonna just curl the back toe under, push back to down dog. Walk your feet out, awesome. Now just go right down into your belly. Bring your arms kind of like cactus arms. And then just lift the legs and the arms and the upper body. So you're getting a little bit of work into the erector spinae, the posterior deltoid, the rhomboids, and the trapezius in there. And exhale. Do that again. Inhale and lift. Good. And exhale. This is a modification of locust. Lift. And exhale. One more time. Hold it up there and squeeze and see if you can bend your knees. If it impinges the lower back or anywhere in the spine, don't bend them. But just feel what's happening in there. The glutes are working, the hamstrings are working. Release. One more time. Inhale and lift. Bend the knees if it's available to you. Lifting those elbows, squeezing the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. And then release. Good. Let's bring our hands by our shoulders. You can rock your knees side to side first if you'd like. Use a little momentum to push up. Push back to extended child, rock the hips. Nice full breaths. Awesome, reach the arms out. Feel that nice length through the lats here. And the upper and mid back. And then we're gonna come back to center and come on to your butt. You guys are gonna lie right back now. We're gonna prepare for Shavasana. So if you wanna put on some socks or get a blanket or shut your bedroom door if your siblings are running out or children are running around outside. And we're just gonna lie right back. Rock the knees side to side. And we're gonna bring our feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. So the knees are wide, the feet are together. Finding the alignment in your spine, closing your eyes. Thinking about your symmetry here. So if you find that your body's crooked, if your head is crooked, kind of think about what the best symmetry for your body would be. Adjusting the shoulders, the length through the cervical spine, walk your hips a little bit further away, and just nice full breaths. Through the nasal passages with an open mouth. Exhale. Feel that nice contraction in the core, but this time we're gonna just breathe and maybe let it be a little bit slower and a little bit more calm and smooth on the exhale. Try to slow it down even more. Still long, full breaths, but really, really slow. Then gently allow the legs to slide out. Feet flop open, finding corpse pose.
Continuing to breathe. Inventorying your body. Enjoying this moment. This is your time. This is a great time to let go, again, of anything that no longer serves you. Whether that's pain, discomfort, negativity, stress, doubt, all of those things. It doesn't have to be physical, it can be emotional, it could be stuff that has been eating away at you. Let it go. And the book that I read from is Melanie Bead, A Journey to the Heart. And this is today's date, April 10th. Be aware of the energy around you. I stopped at a quaint little store in the mountain city of Solvang, California. California. It was filled with clocks. Tick, tick, ticking away. Some sang, some chirped, some ticked. If you wind them and leave them together long enough, they'll soon begin ticking together in harmony, the shopkeeper told me knowingly. I listened, and what she said was true. We are energy and vibration. When we're open, how easy it is to begin ticking to the rhythm of those around us. If we had kept ourselves locked up and put away, it would be different. But since we've chosen to be open, to be sensitive, to open our hearts and souls, we'll connect with, tick to, the vibration of those around us. Our energy fields will touch and merge. We'll begin to feel and sometimes visibly take on the characteristics, rhythms, and vibrations of those in our field. Pay attention to and choose carefully with whom you live, eat, and play. There may be times when you can handle their energy and times it isn't right for you. Sometimes when we're feeling off balance, it may be that we're around energy that just isn't right for us. Stay conscious to who you travel with on this journey. See who you're attracted to, and notice who is attracted to you. See how much better you feel when you surround yourself with the energy of love. So coming back to your breath, allowing the body to move any way that feels right to you. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself up to a seated position. Or maybe you want to stay there for a while, and that's okay. Noticing how you feel now. Notice the energy around you. My soul honors your soul.
I honor that place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the light and the love and the beauty and peace within you because it is also within me. And in sharing these things, we are united. We are the same. We are one.